Hello students, how are you? I believe all of you are healthy and happy with your families and friends. Students, today the short story that I am going to take up and explain is entitled as The Enemy, written by the phenomenal writer Pearl S. Buck. This one talks about the importance of humanity. This one talks about the importance of compassion. This one talks about eradicating the discrimination of any sort and keeping humanity at the topmost when dealing with another human being, even during a difficult situation. So let's get started. Before the story, let's learn a little about this wonderful lady, Pearl S. Buck. She was born in the year 1892 in Virginia, West Virginia, the United States of America, and died at the age of 80 in the year 1973. And while going through the story, you might have never guessed that the story was written by an American. And even if you're going to go through the story after this particular explanation, then only you won't be able to guess that how she as an American wrote a story about a Japanese doctor during the time of the World War and highlighting his heroism, his positive traits. She was a writer and a teacher, an American for sure. She won the prestigious Pulitzer Prize in the year 1932 and went on to win over the Nobel Prize in Literature in the year 1938. So the story that we are going to go through is written by Pearl S. Buck. The story talks about a doctor, and as a doctor, the Hippocratic oath to which the doctor was bound to attend his patient happens to be a very crucial element. Here you can see the summarized version of the Hippocratic oath. There are many points, but I would like you to go through the points mentioned on the left hand side, especially the second, third and fourth. The second one says that you have to pledge your life to the service of others. That is why even when we make a call to a doctor at any given time during the day or night, they are always there for us. Second point states that place your patient's interest before your own, and then protect your patients from harm and injustice. So to summarize it all up, we can say that a doctor has to keep his or her patient before his or her life, that is the doctor's life or benefits. And that is why the doctors are being termed as the incarnation of God Himself. And the time that I am preparing the video is the time when coronavirus is engulfing the entire population on the planet and making people suffer. During this time, the doctors are the ones who are taking care of everyone despite their caste, creed, nationality. And that is how they prove that any kind of discrimination is not at all applauded from their side or allowed from their side. Moving forward, the enemy, the theme of the story. The story deals with the conflict between a man's duty towards the state and to his own conscience. The story raises questions about ethics of a human being at the time of war. Dr. Sadao has been brought up in the traditional and patriotic environment, and he himself dislikes Americans. Dr. Sadao was a Japanese national. He was brought up in a very traditional kind of environment. But to study his medicine or to study his medical degree, he had to go to America. And there he faced a lot of racial discrimination from the side of the highly prejudiced American people. And that is why he himself disliked Americans. But at the same time, he is a doctor and cannot let the American prisoner of war bleed to death. So that is what the dilemma of the doctor was. That it was the wartime, the Second World War time. He was a doctor, he was a Japanese national also. When he came across an American prisoner of war, he was caught in a dilemma whether he should behave like a patriot or whether he should behave like a doctor first. And the story is all about his decision and what happened afterwards. The story condemns racial discrimination and hails the superiority of humanity above any other consideration. Now, the setting of the story is near a coastal town of Japan, most probably in the year 1941 or during the Second World War time, when America and Japan, they were at loggerheads. Japanese were hostile to the Americans, and any Japanese was ready to kill any American found on their soil. So this was the time when America and Japan were consumed by hatred for each other, and in such a situation a doctor had to decide a very difficult question regarding his life as well as his profession. Now, coming to the main characters of the story, and Pearl S. Buck has very finely etched each and every character. So let's go through the main characters firstly. The protagonist of the story is Dr. Sadao Hoki, a Japanese doctor. He studied medicine in America and later returned to Japan. Now, coming to Dr. Sadao, I would like to add that he was a very kind and compassionate man also. He took care of the prisoner of war as much as he could. He was brave enough to keep an enemy soldier in his house, but he was also a very loving husband and father who decided to hand over the man by the earliest. He was a very skilled surgeon also who operated on the man single-handedly and saved his life. He was never revengeful towards the Americans, never prejudiced also. His character proves that when we have to make hard choices between our roles as private individuals and as citizens with a sense of national loyalty, one can rise above the emotions of majority and choose to be the sole torchbearer of humanity. Always remember that Dr. Sadao Hoki was the torchbearer of humanity in that drastic situation of war. Moving forward, the next important character happens to be Hana, his wife. The two met in America, became friends and married legally there. It is unlikely that Hana was a medical student, and we have proper proof regarding that also. Coming to Hana, I would like to add that she was the only support of Dr. Sadao in the household. She was a very graceful mistress because she handled the open defiance of the domestic staff in a very honorable, a very graceful manner. And she was the one who was providing support, comfort and care to the prisoner of war after the operation. But we cannot deny that she herself was a very kind and compassionate lady. And if we look at her character in totality, we can say that she stands out as a dutiful wife, a very caring mother, a graceful mistress, and an exemplary human being. Because Dr. Sadao was caught in dilemma and he had to treat the patient no matter what, because it was his duty as a doctor. But Hana was no medical personnel. Still, she completely supported her husband and did whatever she could in taking care of the injured man too. Coming to the old general, General Takima, Japan's army general. He was Sadao's patient also, and he was a very cruel man. He was very self-absorbed. That is one of the most important character traits that he had. Dr. Sadao was not sent to the battlefield only because he was suffering and he needed complete attention and care of Dr. Sadao. He trusted no other doctor. So you can imagine such a skilled doctor like Dr. Sadao was not sent to the battlefield where he was definitely required. And due to his self absorbed and selfish nature, he overlooked his duties time and again. I mean, he should have arrested the prisoner of war the moment he learned that he was there, where he was, his location. And he should have arrested Dr. Sadao also. After all, in such a situation, in warlike situation, Dr. Sadao was hiding a prisoner of war in his house and treating him also. But he decided not to punish Dr. Sadao, not to get him arrested also, and not to arrest the prisoner of war instantly also, only for his own benefits. Well, coming to the next main character, who happens to be Tom, the prisoner of war, the American soldier who got ashore near Sadao's house following a serious injury. And Tom was treated by Sadao, but there is no dialogue or no important character feature that we learn about him. But he is the main, he is the core actually, the center around which the entire story revolves. Then we have Sadao's father also, who at the time of the story was already dead, but he was a very true die-hard Japanese, blindly patriotic. He did not allow any foreign articles at home. Then there are the three people included in the domestic staff. Yumi, Sadao's maid, in charge of the babies, and she was very attached to the babies. Then coming to the two old people, gardener and the cook. They were in service since Sadao's father's time, and both of them were as patriotic as their previous master. They were very conventional and very superstitious. They behaved actually in a very natural manner because it was wartime and they had the right to think ill of an American soldier who was inside their master's house. So we cannot judge them in such a manner that they did something wrong. And they completely declined to cooperate the couple for treating the enemy soldier or helping them out in any manner. On the contrary, they were openly offensive towards both of them. And they were very fearful and confused about the future of the children also, because if their parents would get arrested, then what would happen to the children? So in totality, we can say that these people behaved in a very natural manner. But yes, if we take Dr. Sadao and Hana, then definitely they come to the negative side. Then there is an officer also who happened to be the messenger of the general. He appeared once. Coming to Sadao, he was a doctor, surgeon and scientist. He was not sent abroad with troops for two reasons. The first one was because he was working on a discovery regarding rendering wounds entirely clean, leaving no scar. But more importantly, the second point here is that General Takima might need an operation and he trusted only Dr. Sadao. That is the main reason. And this shows how selfish and self-absorbed General Takima was. Sadao's house was built on a coast and it was a stone house set upon rocks, surrounded by pine trees. And islands are usually termed as the stepping stones for future, but Dr. Sadao had to go far away to America to complete his medical studies. Sadao's family included Sadao's father, who was already dead. He was a good father, but always was serious. He never joked or played with Dr. Sadao. He was a very traditional man, never used chair or bed, sat on the floor, slept on a mat in a traditional Japanese way. Sadao's wife Hana, they met each other in America and came to Japan, and then they got married here, as was his father's wish. And they had two children. Coming to the story. So one day, during a cloudy night, Sadao and Hana were beside their house when they saw that a man flung out of the ocean by waves. He staggered a few steps, then fell down and became unconscious. As you can see in the picture, the man could not walk properly as he was severely injured. Sadao and Hana thought that he was a fisherman and ran to help him. The man was very much wounded and was lying motionless there. When they noticed whether it was a fisherman or somebody else, And when they saw the skin color, they instantly realized that it was a white man. And when they saw the cap, then they realized that he was indeed a prisoner of war, and maybe he was trying to run away. That is why he got shot. Now Sadao was caught in a dilemma. He was a doctor, he was a patriot. Which side should he choose? That was the biggest question. So let's see. Dr. Sadao, as a doctor, he examined the wounds of the injured man, hands working mechanically. He could not stop himself from helping out an injured man. He packed the wound with sea moss. The wounded man had faint heartbeat. So Dr. Sadao was, that is why, very much troubled that how could he leave such an injured man to die in front of him. But he was a patriot also. He discovered that the wounded man was a prisoner of war, and he did not want to help a white man. Giving him shelter in the house was very risky, and he wanted to throw him back into the ocean. But his duties as a doctor stopped him, and then the prisoner of war was brought inside their house. Both lifted the man and brought him home, kept him in father's room. That is quite ironical, you know. When his father was alive, he did not permit anything foreign inside his house, but a white man, an American, an enemy actually, was surprisingly brought into his house, his room, and was lying in his bed. Sadao decided to operate on him. Yumi, the domestic staff, refused to wash the enemy, and the old gardener thought that the sea would take revenge on them, because he thought, as a superstitious man, he thought that if the nature is trying to kill this injured man, why Dr. Sadao was trying so hard to save him. And then Hana was in dilemma because Yumi was not ready to cooperate at all. That is when she decided to help out her husband. Hana cleaned the wounded man and prepared for the operation. Sadao starts operating the prisoner of war. Hana helps him by giving anesthesia, but she could not take on so much blood. She had never seen something like this, and that is why she choked and was about to vomit, as you can see in the picture. And while operating, Sadao calls the enemy my friend. It was his habit of doing so. So ironically, he called an enemy his friend also. Removed the bullet from the prisoner of war's body, as he was a very skilled surgeon. He did it all single-handedly. Even we have operations nowadays. There is a group of doctors actually who treat the patients. So Dr. Sadao did it all himself. This shows that he was indeed a skillful doctor. Now what happened after the operation? Sadao was sure that the man would live. Hana was the one taking care of the prisoner of war. Servants were not at all in favor of an enemy staying in the house. And then Sadao remembered his training, that he could not let a man die if he could help it. Servants pity Sadao and Hana for helping an enemy, and they were worried about Sadao's children. Sadao examined the wounds daily as a very brilliant doctor, caring doctor. He removed all stitches after a fortnight. Sadao wanted to inform police but could not do so. And Sadao could not understand himself also that why he was not giving him away, the prisoner of war, handing him away to the police. He also made notes also that what happened, so that later on he could submit all of them. Then 3 weeks after the operation, the servants left when they realized that the master is not listening to them. Then comes General Takima. Hana remembered General Takima while watching the wounded man, because the wounded man was heavily tortured. And then she remembered that how General Takima was cruel to his wife also. Though he fought many victorious battles, but he was very famous for torturing prisoners. Hana and Sadao panicked on seeing the messenger when one day he came. They thought that the servants might have informed the police, and that is why the people have come to arrest Dr. Sadao. But it was not the case. The old general was sick and was in pain, and Sadao was wanted immediately by him. And that is when Dr. Sadao informed General Takima about the existence of the prisoner of war in his house. Sadao disclosed it all. General understood as he had studied in Princeton, and he appreciated Sadao's skills as a doctor, and he promised to help Sadao not because he cared, but because he trusted on Sadao for his operation. That is why he decided not to disclose this matter in front of anyone, but to keep it in a hush-hush way. And he said that he would send his private assassins to kill the prisoner of war. Dr. Sadao was waiting for 3 regular nights for those private assassins because he could not dare to let Hana or the children see something pretty dangerous, the bloodshed and all. And that is why he could not sleep himself. But no assassins came for 3 regular nights and he could not sleep at all. That is when he planned to get rid of Tom anyhow. He gave him a small boat, food and water, and asked him to row to the small island nearby. And he instructed the prisoner of war Tom that when you see a Korean boat, then you can take their help and go away. And he gave him flashlight also in case he needs help. So this is how the story comes to an end. What happened afterwards was the servants came back. The general was recovering from his surgery. In his suffering, he had forgotten to send the assassins. So that is how we come to know that how self-absorbed he was. He accepted himself, in the text also you might have seen, that he was a very careless man. And he wondered if it was lack of patriotism or dereliction of duty. And I believe it is clearly a dereliction of his duty because he decided, after knowing, he decided not to do anything in the case. Sadao realized that now the general was in the palm of his hand. Because in this situation, if Dr. Sadao became a traitor by helping out a prisoner of war, after all, he was a doctor. It was his duty to save an injured man. But what about General Takima? He was the one responsible for the defense of the area. After learning about the existence and the location of a prisoner of war, he decided not to do anything. So in this situation, General Takima was in a higher danger, a more dangerous situation. He had done his duty by informing the general about the prisoner of war. General has not performed his duty after knowing the fact. So in such a situation, Army General was to be held responsible. So this is how the story comes to an end, and it teaches us that humanity, kindness, they rise above all the petty emotions like nationality, caste, creed, color, and every other manner through which people can be discriminated. But Dr. Sadao and Hana proves it over and over again with their behavior that they preferred to be humans first rather than some other person, rather than a Japanese national. And that is how Pearl S. Buck created such characters who inspire others. So with this, let's close it for now. And before closing, I must mention that this material, this PPT, is provided by Ms. Ratna Pathak, who is a PGT English in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. And with the help of this material only, I could prepare this video. So I would like to thank her and thank you also for listening to me.